Once upon a time, there was a young man called Kanu. Kanu was a successful shepherd and has lots of sheep. Everyone in the village respected Kanu for his hard work and discipline, and the entire community liked Kanu and they were always ready to stand by him. One day, Kanu, after being drunk, decided to play a prank on the community. Kanu woke up in the middle of the night and started shouting, "Lion, lion, please help, please help." And the entire community picked up their weapon and ran to Kanu's aid. They all got there and Kanu shouted, "It was only a prank, you fools." Kanu laughed and made fun of the villagers who came to help him. 2 months later, Kanu ran and climbed on top of the hill in the middle of the night and was shouting again, "Lion, lion, please help, I'm under attack." The whole villagers woke up and they all ran to Kanu's aid, only for Kanu to shout, "It was only a prank, you fools." Few months later, the real lion came, and Kanu ran on top of the hill to call for help, and no one came to his rescue. The lion ate up all Kanu's sheep, and Kanu was disheartened and sad. Kanu, out of his foolishness, decided to revenge what the villagers did to him by not coming to his rescue when he called for help. Kanu set up a notorious gang in the village that would terrorize the village, steal their belongings and their cattle and sheep. Kanu set up a notorious gang of three, which consists of Koju, Bumi, and himself. Koju was the smallest among the gang and he was always sent to run every errand in the gang. Kanu will always terrorize the village with his gang, stealing their goats, their sheep, their cattle, and also their valuables, making everyone in the village unhappy and restless. One day, Koju went out and then came back to the gang and informed them that, "Are you not tired of stealing goats and sheep from this village? I'm thinking we should go to the big city and make a big robbery. How long are we going to continue stealing goats and sheep? We need huge amounts of money to set up a good life for ourselves," said Koju, of which Bumi was happy and impressed with Koju's opinion on what they should do next with their stealing career. Kanu, who was the gang leader, also buys the idea which Koju brought, that they should go to the big city and make a huge statement and steal huge amounts of money to set up a good life for themselves. Honorable Salisu, who was a politician who lives in Onisha along with his family, Koju, who was the gang informant, now went and made a huge inquiry about a rich man called Honorable Salisu. Was a wealthy politician. Koju, after making much inquiry on how to get into Honorable Salisu's house, came back and informed the gang that he has a plan, that is this big man who stays in Onitsha very close to the village, that they should what? Attack Honorable Salisu, that Honorable Salisu is very wealthy and has lots of money. Koju, who was the smartest among the gang, was always called Koju the Tortoise because he was so smart as tortoise and was always wearing a mask that looked like that of a tortoise shell. So, the gang leader, Kanu, now decided to set up a date of which they were going to rob Honorable Salisu's house. It was on Friday night. They all set up on a journey to rob Honorable Salisu's apartment. They broke into Honorable Salisu's house. Honorable Salisu, who was so scared of his life, handed over all his valuable to them. Honorable Salisu, out of fear, handed over all his valuables to them as they made away with a huge sum of 50 million naira. Koju, who was the smallest and the shortest, was asked to carry the huge bag on his head. Koju carried the bag on his head as they all ran behind him. They ran to a bridge and decided to take a nap and they slept off. They woke up very early in the morning and picked up their bag. As they were about to leave, Bumi said, "No, we can't just leave like that. I am hungry." Kalu also said, "I'm also hungry. We need to get something to eat." Suddenly, Bumi brought the idea that Koju should go and get something for them to eat. Koju, who was not happy about being an errand boy in the gang always, got angry and was murmuring while going to buy the food for the gang. Koju went to a nearby restaurant to buy the food. While Koju was coming, Koju had a thought in his mind. "I'm going to poison these boys. I'm going to poison this meal so that whenever they eat it, the both of them will die and then I will run away with a big bag of money." Koju got a poison and poured it in the food he was holding, not knowing that Kalu and Bumi also had their own plan in mind. Bumi went to Kalu and told Kalu that what we should hide ourselves under this bridge. When Koju is coming, we should kill Koju and the both of us should run with the money. Koju poisoned the food, and when Koju walked to the bridge where Bumi and Kalu was, suddenly Bumi and Kalu were not there. And then Koju started calling out their names. "Bumi, Kalu, where are you?" Koju kept shouting, "Bumi, Kalu, where are you? I'm here with the food." Suddenly, Koju had a very big stick on his head, and then Koju fell down to the floor and lost his life. Bumi picked up the bag immediately and shouted, "Kalu, we need to go now." And then Kalu said, "No, we need to enjoy this delicious meal before we leave." And then Kalu picked up the food and started eating, of which Bumi joined Kalu to eat. Bumi quickly joined Kalu to eat the food. They ate the food and they started holding their stomach, shouting, "My tummy, my tummy." And the both of them fell to the floor and they lost their life, of which the bag of money they went to stole. The bag of money they went to stole was left there lying down on the floor. No one was able to lay a claim to it. I believe you enjoyed this story. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more thrilling stories.